Hello, everybody. Today is Friday, October the 5th, 2012. My name is Michael Wright, and this is the Daily Wrap Up. Just before going forward, please do pause the recording and read the risk disclaimer. Okay, guys, so a very great start to the month. We actually posted our best weekly performance since inception. Indeed, we started December of 2011, but really, it's only the first week and we're up 386 pips. All right, couple big trades that we booked profits on was a long Euro Aussie. Worth noting that the last quarter was booked for plus 200, but the average was indeed plus 124. Other big trades were Aussie CAD plus 82, Kiwi dollar plus 89, pound dollar plus 101. Keep notice that the pound dollar, we didn't scale back like we usually do. We just took off the whole thing for plus 101. Was actually looking for targets. Actually did reach the target of 162, but you know what? I pulled it right ahead of it. For me, taking profits is profits. I'm not one of those traders that I would need to hit the actual target. Again, that's for me and my analysis in terms of direction, but another good trade there. And right now we are long Aussie dollar and pound Kiwi. Okay, so let's look at these orders. But just before we go into that, do want to address a couple things. Well, really one major thing. Couple traders have been asking. For us, we don't trade at a specific time. Okay, we trade levels. There's no way possible. I repeat, there's no way possible that we can trade a specific time and be profitable as long as we have been. There's a reason why we are going on 10 for 10 months. We trade levels. It's all about levels. Timing is levels. I cannot say, okay, I'm only going to trade the US session. There was about, I want to say, 4 to 5 months where all of the orders were coming during the European hours just because that's when either prices broke out, hit a support or resistance area, or anything of the sort. Okay, but again, we have been actually gotten more than usual really concerns about basically if there's any way that we could trade a different time. Again, we don't trade time, we trade levels. All right, so that's just the one major thing I wanted to discuss. But in any case, though, let's look at the Aussie dollar. Okay, indeed, one quarter was booked at 102.68 for plus 45 pips. All right, so a little bit higher than where we're at right now, but the outlook still remains the same. 103.50 is a big area that I'll probably look to get out of most of the position. Maybe out of it before that. I'll just keep on scaling out of it. I'll probably look to take off a half at 103, or even just close out the rest at 103. A major reason is because Kiwi dollar, I am still looking lower. Any further gains are looked at as a selling opportunity. Ideally for me, I'm looking at 82.50 for possible shorts. All right, key reason 82.50 about, that's the tanking right on the daily time frame, but more so on the 4-hour time frame. That is just about the Keynesian. That'll put us still. That will also mark us still below the cloud. And the stops, I'll put a full 40 pip stop. And a full 40 pips just happens to be right above the cloud. So 82.50 across the board. I do like that. 82.50 into 82.60. Okay, so that 10 pip range, but then stops I'm gonna put at 82.90. Whether I place orders at 82.50 or 60. So keep an eye on that, because as long as we stay below the cloud, this whole setup is still bearish. And from a time speculation, okay, let's take this off. Okay, so from a time speculation, we still have a couple days of losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So today being Friday marks the 6th day. All right, you guys know I don't really like to take trades on Fridays, but most likely I'll take this, or I'll place a limit to short it at 82.50, and then look into next week for continued losses into that 81 zone. That's the only buy zone that I see is 81 flat about. That will be about a full retest, and that should also ideally be that trend line support from the lows, and that's the lows from just around 74.50, and then we still look higher. The reason why we still look higher is because if this count is correct, then that recent low is still a B wave. Well, AB and then ABC, and C still needs to come at 84.50. All right, so short term meaning maybe a couple days that we look lower, any bounce as a selling opportunity, but overall we still head higher, looking for trend line support, and then those full A equals C targets at 84.50 to complete this move before a larger downswing, in my opinion. All right, so something to note there. Indeed, for me, I prefer trading the Aussie, Kiwi, etc. I'm not a big euro trader or pound trader, but that pound trade, I did call out. It played out pretty well, and this here is still forecasting for new highs. All right, so as long as these, as long as this trend line resistance or the trend line support holds, watch out for 162. In my opinion, we hit here, we set back even deeper. As long as we stay above 159, this is still a buy. All right, and this actually agrees with what we are saying about the Kiwi dollar, because again, any bounce viewed as a sell, right? 62.40, that is just around that sort of jump that we're looking at for the Kiwi. Come down under pressure, then we actually hit maybe the 50 or even deeper the 61A fib before continuing higher, and then again that 61A, that 261A fib for the pound specifically, comes in a tad bit higher. It comes in at 167. All right, so whether this is A B, we're not just yet concerned, just because 1-2, I still like this as an extension, and then come back lower, and then another swing higher to shake out any early coming shorts. All right, so again, we really got in depth with those two. Not to overlook, we are still long the pound Kiwi. Another good trade in my opinion. Specifically for the pound Kiwi, we got long at 196.56. So right here at this breakout, stops our break even, so we don't care really what this pair does. If we get stopped out, then so be it. We'll look at it as another buying opportunity. But here we're still looking at new highs. All right. So if it does sell off, a sell off in pound Kiwi will be a rally in Kiwi dollar, so that would make sense. But then this is still a buy, and Kiwi is still a sell in my opinion. All right. So a couple of trades to look at. We'll see how Friday trades, how Friday does plan out. The only thing I'm going to do overnight is really place that limit to short Kiwi dollar, 82.50, and then I'll put stops at 82.90, and that's about it. We'll end off the week with that, and we'll see how Aussie dollar plays out. We'll look to book the rest of that sooner than later. A quarter is already booked, and pound Kiwi we will just leave alone. If we get stopped out, so be it. If it rallies, great. Alright guys, I want to thank you all again. Hey guys, feel free to reach out to us anytime on Skype. You can contact me, INV, or WTCG.Mike. See you all in the chat room, and have a great weekend in case any of you guys are calling it early. Again, thanks again, and cheers.